guys. Ever have those days where everything just seems to be like, nope, not gonna work for you. We're not doing that today. That's basically my whole day today. I literally had 2 things that I wanted to accomplish today. Before this afternoon, we have to leave to go, not have to leave, we get to go to watch my son play football. It's his first football game, and I'm nervous. I'm like that. I'm nervous, like, you know, he usually plays basketball, and he's 5'11" and 123 pounds. So he's a tall, very skinny boy. And it freaks me out to think of him playing football, like such a contact sport, but it's gonna be okay. I've been praying all day. Maybe that's why I'm not getting things accomplished, because my mind is so wrapped in praying for safety for him and all of the kids. I'm just, yeah, I guess kind of a little bit preoccupied. But also things like my hair said, no, we're not gonna work today. And I tried literally 5 different hairstyles before I decided finally on this. Not happy with this either, but that's what it's gonna be. I thought things would be so great with my hair today because it had a lot of texture from the product I put in it yesterday. So I'm like, oh, it's gonna have a lot of volume and I'll be able to do something really good with it. No. And my nails, I got all my gel polish off, and my plan was to do them today, but I haven't gotten to those, and I'm so afraid I'm gonna catch on something and break before I get to do them, because that's typically what happens to me. And I don't have time now, you know, after I finish getting ready and stuff. It's not gonna fit in today because I don't like to rush through stuff like that. And yeah, so it's just one of those days. However, I still need to put makeup on to go, and I already have my face makeup on, obviously. So I'm going to be doing the 3rd palette in my list of 17 that I had not used before, that I already owned, that you guys chose for me to use. And it is the NARS Suede palette, and I'm actually very happy about it. And it's funny, I put the NARS Laguna bronzer on today, which I love that bronzer. I think it might be my favorite bronzer, to be honest with you. And I was like, oh, I just used another NARS product. I didn't do it on purpose. I'm just that clever naturally. So this is what the palette looks like. I love these kind of shades, and I thought how perfect, because I'm just going to a football game. I don't want to be all out there like crazy. I just want a simple, pretty look. And when my hair is pulled back, if I do my eyes too dark or really bold, it's very harsh to me. So I'm like, But considering the weather, I have no choice but to pull my hair back. That was part of the issue, because if I could wear my hair down, it would have been voluminous and fantastic. But if there's any humidity, my hair is horrific. All of the curl falls out. It's just a frizzy mess. So yeah, that was not happening. I'm gonna go ahead and put my eyeshadow primer on. But so I thought, yeah, what a perfect palette. I will leave that list of 17 palettes below. I will mark off the ones that I've already used. So if there is something that you can see on there that I've already used that you'd like to see, that video is already up on my channel. And then on that list, if there's something you would like to see, please let me know in the comments. So yeah, I will have that listed below so you guys can let me know. And then I'll continue in the order of what I had so far that you guys voted for, but then kind of adjust things if, you know, whatever. If there's something in high demand, I don't know why there would be, but you know, in case you guys get really excited to see me use something. All right, so let's go ahead and let's see what we want to do here. I've been kind of going back and forth a little bit with trying different techniques. Today I might just keep it fairly simple like what I typically do. I'm going to, actually no, I'm not. I'm going to do something a little bit different. This could be a mistake. But you know, with the way the rest of today, you know, my stuff, I don't want to say today's a bad day, because it's not a bad day at all. Just things aren't going according to plan. That's just life. I'm going to use the darkest one first, which might seem a little bit scary. But basically, I'm just going to go at the outer edge of my eye here. Okay. And just do my outer edge darkening first, which is not what I typically do, but that's what I'm gonna do, because I just feel like doing that. Okay, now we are going to take this lighter brown matte, and we're just gonna use that to blend out this darker color and bring into the crease area here, which thankfully the shadow seems to be blending very nicely, so that's good, because you never know. And I have used some NARS shadows, but actually the shades I've used have been pretty light, I believe. in the other NARS palette that I have. So I really wasn't familiar with this, but this seems to be a really nice formula. I actually gave away a couple of these small NARS palettes because I had won them, and I was like, oh, I've got a lot of these colors, I should give some to people. So I like gave my mom and my sister one and stuff. And then you know, it's funny, sometimes you give stuff away and you're like, oh, then you should probably try the formula first. And it's like, oh, I probably would have really liked that. But the reality being, you know, they were all neutral, I think. One might have been purple. But like I've got my Juvia's Place, the Violets is like one of my favorite palettes. I love that palette, and it's got beautiful purples and stuff. So it's like, realistically, do I need to keep, you know, no. So it makes more sense to pass it on to somebody else who can enjoy it, who doesn't have a ton of makeup. It's funny, I was at my grandma's yesterday, and she gave me her, Juliet has a gun perfume out of her Ipsy. And I think it must have been last month's Ipsy, because she said she didn't get her September one yet. I go, wait, the bag's really ugly. She's like, is it? I'm like, yeah. But anyway, she said that that would give her a headache, and I could smell patchouli in it right away, which is like one of my favorite smells ever. And so I'm like, she's like, if you like it, you can have it. So I'm like, okay. So that was exciting. It's called Vengeance, I believe, because I got one in mine, but it was a different scent. So I mean, a while back I got one. But anyway, so I was excited about that. And but she was telling me, she's like, I need like a medium blue shade of eyeshadow. And she looks really good. She has her hair, it's like that whitish blonde, or whitish gray, I guess, actually. She always had really light blonde hair, but when it grayed, it's perfect. It's that white shade. It's not gray looking, and it's beautiful. And so she looks gorgeous in cool tones. And so she was like, I was gonna look to buy one, but then when I saw your video about how many eyeshadow palettes you had, I thought I should just ask Danielle. I'm like, yes, I probably have an eyeshadow I can give you. So I'm gonna go through and look for, because she's, you know, even a single eyeshadow, because she just wants like a medium blue shade. So I need to go through like past Ipsy stuff and whatever, and see if I've got anything that I could give her. Otherwise I'll just buy her something, because I like to. Giving gifts is my favorite thing to do. And yeah, so that was kind of fun. But she said, you know, she always wears makeup, but a lot of times just more minimal, you know. And she said the other day she had her makeup done, you know, and stuff, and, you know, with more makeup than normal, and that people just kept telling her how beautiful she was, and she's like, maybe I need to wear makeup more, or more makeup more. And but yeah, she looks really pretty in cool tones. So that is something I am going to be looking for her. And that was actually, I'm like, oh, that's a fun little mission. I love stuff like that. Okay, so these are blending really nice. I don't know if you can see it. I'm gonna blend this edge right here. I know there's nothing there yet, but just because there's some weird little markings that the brush made. But yes, very pretty. Okay, what do I want to do on my lids? So right now I have my Smokey the Bear t-shirt on, but I'm going to be wearing, I'll show you what I'm going to be wearing. Hold on. Okay, so it always gets super cold, so I'm going to be wearing this sweatshirt, which has a little tie down here. It's really cute, but it's like a thinner sweatshirt. But then I'll probably take my like my denim jacket to throw on over it if I need to. But so those are the colors of the shirt I will be wearing. And so there is like that kind of peachy shade and that pink. You know what? I'm going to use those shades. I'm going to use the pinky one and the peachy one, as opposed to the browns. Let's do it. And that's in this shirt too anyway, so it'll just kind of pull from that, and we'll go from there. So I'm going to go into that middle, this one here. That's darker. Please excuse my nails. I'm like, okay, I need to not be so hard on myself about things. And I've been doing like a ton of stuff and feeling very accomplished. It's okay to have a day that's like not ideally what you wanted from it, you know. And the only thing, and I'm like, there's not like a time limit for me to do a lot of the things that I'm doing. The only thing is, for my nails, we have a concert tomorrow, and I just, I like to look cutesy when we're going out doing something special like that. And plus too, because of my nails being like weak from opening boxes and stuff at work like I used to do, it's just like the gel polish makes them so much like nicer. Like I don't have to worry about them breaking off. We are going to see WICKHAM, who is one of my absolute favorite like worship artists. And I had happened to see, like, I have loved him for years and years. And I remember I would tell people, I'm like, I don't understand why he isn't bigger. I don't understand why, like, in the Christian music world, people don't talk about him more, because his music is phenomenal. So I'm like, years ago I was saying that. And he ended up, he's pretty big now. And but I'm like, I have loved him for like years. And so then we saw that this concert was coming up. I got so excited. And when I saw it, my husband's like, okay, we have to go. And he's like, I mean, I want you to go, but you really like him. I'm like, I'm not like attracted. He knows that anyway, but I'm like, his music, it gets me. It's like the things he says are like how I feel about God. And like, I don't know. It's just like, I connect with it so much. Okay, now I'm going into this one. And so, oh my gosh, I am so excited to go to that concert tomorrow. It's going to be amazing. So I can already tell it's going to be a good night. Any night I get to go out and do something with my husband is a good night anyway. But especially good because we get to go to an awesome worship concert. It's so funny. The last one we went to was like a big one with, well, it was supposed to be Carrie Job and her husband, Cody Carnes, but they both got the dreaded. And so they couldn't perform that night. But Lauren Daigle came in to take their place, which was cool. And then it was Bethel Music, who I love, and Chris Tomlin. Wow, I had a blank there. And we've seen Chris Tomlin several times. And he's always really good because you know all the songs. Like, even though it's not like my favorite music in the world, it's, I mean, a lot of churches sing his music. I mean, tons of his music. So you know everything. So it was really fun because the whole crowd is just like, all singing like crazy and stuff. It's just like really fun. But anyway, when I worship, I'm unaware of anyone around me. Most of the time my eyes are closed. I'm worshiping. That means I am in communion with God. Like, I am talking to God. I am pouring my heart out to him. I don't care what's going on around me. I don't care what people think I look like. I don't, whatever. And so it's hard though, because sometimes you get places and some people aren't like that. And so it's like, you were so smashed when we got into these seats, and I was like, oh no. Like, I mean, and it was packed. The place was packed, and it was an outdoor, it's an amphitheater, but we were in like the, like the seating part. And so I was like, oh, I feel sorry for whoever gets next to me, because obviously my husband was on one side of me, and I'm like, because when I worship, I'm whatever. Obviously I'm not like hitting people in the face or something. I'm not totally out of control. But the lady who ended up being next to me was the same way. Actually, I would say the majority of the people there were like that. Were like worshiping with, like, I mean, just not caring about. People get wrapped up in like, oh, I might look weird, or what will people think, or whatever. Then you're not experiencing that connection with God. And like, when I got that connection, I'm unaware of what's around me. And so it's just, I don't know, it's like the coolest thing. And you can't explain it unless it's something that you've, experienced or whatever. But so when we got to the end of the concert and we're, kind of walking out, and everything's like slow moving, I'm gonna just kind of buff out the top edge again here. I said to the lady, I said, it was really nice worshiping next to you tonight. And she's like, oh, you too. And she said, I get worried because when I worship, I'm just all over the place, and I feel bad sometimes for people who mightn't be next to me. And I said, I am the exact same way. So I was like worried about that, whatever. But it was pretty funny. So that was kind of cool. I'm like, yeah, God put me next to somebody who was feeling the same way, so we could just get our worship on and not worry about it. But I'm going to go into that light one and just lightly touch my brow bone here. But yeah, so this should be even more like you're not cramped, you know, and stuff. And since it is worship nights, I mean, I would imagine most of the people coming there are probably, not that worship means you put your arms in the air. Not everyone does. I do. I don't even know. My one friend Shannon, when we were at camp, they had been sitting behind us several rows. She goes, I thought you were going to start dancing. I said, I might. I don't know. Like, I get sometimes just so, you know, into it, and I don't know. Like, who knows? But so, yeah, it's just kind of funny. But I'm super excited about it because worshiping is my absolute favorite thing to do. To just be in that moment with him and singing, hearing the voices of, you know, other people who love him. And it's the best. It's the best. It's my favorite. All right. So underneath, let's just go ahead and do that dark one along the lower lash line because you know I was going to. Sometimes, like, okay, so the look I did yesterday, which you will already have seen, it was with the Norvina Volume 2. So it was like an orange and yellow look. You know, I just had lighter colors under my lower lash line, or on my lower lash line. And, I mean, I like it fine. But I don't know, it gives me a completely different look. Ooh, I went kind of low on that. We're going to buff that out with a lighter color. Smoke it out, whatever. So, I mean, sometimes I like doing different things and seeing like a different look, but at the same time, I definitely like myself with a darker under eye. I don't know, it's just personal preference. All right, and then I'll go back into that little bit lighter one and just kind of smudge over this to make it not so harsh and dark. Yeah, that's definitely better. It's a little bit smoky. Smokey the Bear. Who knew? I am just full of clever today. Look at me go. Oh, you guys. I love you. I love that you deal with my weird quirkiness. Don't call me a weirdo. I mean, we're all a little weird. Let's be real. I don't want to say weird. I always think of weird as being like a negative thing. I think dorky is fun. That's why I'm like, you can call me a dork because dorkiness is fun to me. Weird is like, weird is uncomfortable. That's how I feel about weird. Weird is something that makes me uncomfortable. Dorky is like funny, or like nerdiness is funny. I don't know. But weird is a whole different thing. Let me know what you guys think. How do you feel about those words? Okay. And then inner corner, obviously we're gonna go for the lightest one because I don't know what else you would do. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do my mascara and liner. I want to start doing lashes more, but I'm not for this football game tonight. That's not really where I want to make my lash debut for the first time in a long time. Of course, where we live in the country. It's rural. The conference that we're in for sports, most of our teams we play are over an hour away. And of course, we have way more away games this season than home games. Literally, so my son came in late on the season because he decided to play like once it's already been going. And so there's 5 games left, including today's. 4 of them are away. And there was only one home one before that. So, and I think were there 2 or 3 before he started. But I'm like, why are there like no home games? Ugh. I mean, I feel bad. Those people have to drive too if, you know, they're coming. But yeah, it's just, I'm like, why in the world do we have such a weird ratio of home to away? So we're an hour and a half away today. So it's going to be late tonight because the games start at 6:30 and they usually go till like 8:30ish. And then, yeah, so yeah. And it's a Thursday. So varsity plays on Friday nights. So of course that's not as bad for it to be late night, but Thursday nights for JV is a little, so he's playing JV even though he's an 11th grader because he's never played football before. So that's why he is on the JV team. All right, off to lashes and liner. Not lashes, mascara and liner. And I'll throw something on my lips and we'll be right back. Okay, and here is my finished look. So I went ahead and used this Almay Gel Smooth Liner Metallics, and it is in the shade Pink About It. And I used that in my waterline, and I thought it went nicely with the shimmers that I have on top here. And then on my lips, I used this Colourpop Ultra Glossy Lip in Lazy. So again, I think it's the perfect match for with the eye. And let me come up close and show you the eyes. This part always cracks me up. But yeah, it's a little smoky. I like it. So you guys will have to let me know what you think of the look. And I'm gonna go ahead and link down below a couple Phil Wickham videos for you guys to check out if you're interested, just to see who he is, the kind of music that he sings, why I get so excited, why I'm so excited to go to the concert. And yeah, I love to share stuff like that that are things that I'm passionate about, that I get excited about. And obviously I'm so much more than just being excited about makeup and clothes and stuff. So those are like the bigger things in life that I'm really excited about. So I like to share those things with you. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about how the look turned out. I'm actually very happy with it. This little palette I think is very pretty. I'm glad I kept this one. I kind of knew that the tones in it would be something that I would enjoy. And so now next time I use it, I'll have to use like the brown tones there. But I'm very happy with how this came out. It performed very well, very easy to work with, and I think it's a pretty look. So yay! I'm glad that one thing I tried to do today worked out. All right, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye.